The indictment of Pavel Durov, the founder of Telegram, has thrust encryption into the spotlight, igniting a whirlwind of debate and concern. Within the sleek offices of Silicon Valley, usually abuzz with product launches and innovation, a tense atmosphere now prevails. Telegram, a messaging app celebrated for its robust encryption, faces accusations suggesting these very privacy measures may shield criminal activity. Legal experts pore over documents, while tech enthusiasts, privacy advocates, and skeptics clash on social media and in cafes. This indictment is more than a legal issue. It prompts a larger conversation about how to balance privacy and security in the digital age. While some argue that strong encryption is essential to protect user privacy from prying eyes, be they cybercriminals or authoritarian regimes, others worry that it creates a safe haven for unlawful activities. Silicon Valley, a cradle for technological advancements, finds itself caught in a paradox. Companies strive to assure users their communications are secure, yet they must also navigate the demands of law enforcement and the moral questions around enabling anonymity. As Pavel Durov's legal battles unfold, stakeholders from governments to ordinary users keenly watch. The outcome could set precedents affecting not only Telegram, but the future of encrypted communication worldwide. Will privacy maintain its paramount importance, or will security override it to clamp down on potential misuse? These are the pressing, complex issues now under public scrutiny, reflections of a rapidly evolving digital landscape. French prosecutors recently leveled multiple criminal charges against Pavel Durov, CEO of the messaging app Telegram. Among these allegations, one particularly drew attention from Silicon Valley firms. According to French authorities, Telegram offered cryptographic services designed to ensure confidentiality without proper licensing. This accusation has brought the issue of encryption to the forefront of discussions. In response, leading U.S. tech companies such as Signal, Apple, and Meta's WhatsApp expressed concern. These companies are known for their provision of end-to-end encrypted messaging solutions and have historically united against governmental challenges to this technology, which safeguards online communications from unauthorized access. Unlike its counterparts, Telegram employs a distinct approach to encryption. The indictment of Mr. Durov has positioned Telegram as a prominent figure in the public discourse on encryption technology. This development raises apprehensions among some Silicon Valley entities, who fear potential repercussions on the credibility of encrypted messaging applications in general. Consequently, they face the delicate decision of whether to align themselves with a competitor in defense of a shared technological principle. Apple, WhatsApp, and Signal have refrained from commenting on Mr. Durov and Telegram. These companies have a history of staunchly defending encryption through legal battles and policy disputes with governments. Last year, WhatsApp threatened to withdraw from the UK if required by law to weaken its encryption. Similarly, Signal's president, Meredith Whittaker, asserted firm opposition to compromising the app's security under legislative pressure in Britain. In a notable instance in 2020, Apple resisted an FBI request to undermine its encryption protocols to access data from iPhones involved in a criminal investigation. Meanwhile, the European Union is deliberating on legislation mandating messaging services to scan content for potential child sexual abuse material, a move criticized by advocates of strong encryption. Silicon Valley executives are closely monitoring Mr. Durov's legal situation, particularly the implications for encryption policies following the cryptology charge in France. Some tech companies express surprise at the requirement for a license in France for such technologies. Beyond the encryption allegation, Mr. Durov, currently restricted from leaving France, faces charges related to facilitating illegal transactions through an online platform, as well as complicity in offenses including the distribution of illicit materials, drug trafficking, fraud, and non-cooperation with law enforcement. The scrutiny surrounding Mr. Durov's case has sparked a discussion on whether Telegram's less stringent encryption protocols played a role in attracting heightened attention from French authorities. Unlike WhatsApp and Signal, where message content is strictly confidential between users due to end-to-end encryption, Telegram does not enforce this by default, leaving communications potentially more exposed. Telegram's approach contrasts sharply with services that prioritize end-to-end encryption, noted Zach Judge-Raza, a data and privacy law specialist at Fieldfisher familiar with national security implications. This lack of default encryption may have contributed to the platform's current legal challenges, as content is more visible to third parties. Given historical precedents in the tech industry, increased focus on encryption in Mr. Durov's case could prompt Silicon Valley firms to advocate for robust privacy protections, even amidst concerns over Telegram's encryption standards. As encryption remains a contested issue globally, observed Will Cathcart, WhatsApp CEO, in a recent interview with the New York Times, there persists a vital debate on the necessity of stronger security measures. The intersection of encryption technology and legal scrutiny presents a nuanced challenge, as articulated by Daphne Keller, director of the program on platform regulation at Stanford Cyber Policy Center. Encryption has long been a contentious issue between global governments and technology enterprises. Advocates within the tech sector argue that encrypted messaging is essential for safeguarding individuals' digital privacy. Conversely, law enforcement and governmental bodies contend that encrypted platforms facilitate illicit activities by shielding unlawful behaviors from detection. The intensity of this debate has intensified with the widespread adoption of encrypted messaging applications. Signal, experiencing significant growth since its 2018 inception, now boasts tens of millions of users. Apple's iMessage, pre-installed on hundreds of millions of iPhones annually, and WhatsApp, used by over 2 billion people worldwide, are prime examples. These platforms utilize default encryption, ensuring immediate privacy upon initiation of conversations. Moreover, they employ end-to-end encryption, a security protocol that encodes messages to ensure they can only be decrypted by the sender and intended recipient. Mr. Durov has historically positioned Telegram's security superiority over its competitors. In a May post on his personal Telegram channel, he lauded the app's secret chat feature as the only popular method of communication that is verifiably private. However, unlike WhatsApp, Signal, and Apple's iMessage, Telegram does not automatically enable encryption for all users. Instead, encryption must be manually activated through a somewhat obscure setting within the app. Notably, this feature is limited to one-to-one conversations, even though many users participate in large group chats comprising hundreds of thousands of individuals. The efficacy of Telegram's encryption has also sparked debate among security experts. Signal distinguishes itself by making its software code open to public scrutiny, allowing for comprehensive examination of its encryption standards. In contrast, Telegram lacks this transparency, leaving uncertainties about the strength of its encryption protocols. John Scott Railton, a security researcher at Citizen Lab, expressed concerns over Telegram users' perceptions, likening the situation to discovering the company holds access to significant user data despite initial assurances of privacy. These revelations have prompted frustration among U.S. tech leaders, who accuse Mr. Durov of leveraging public misconceptions about encryption to bolster Telegram's reputation as a secure communication platform.